Top Thrill 2 at Cedar Point is closing indefinitely. That's right, Top Thrill 2 could be closed for the next couple days, couple weeks, couple months. We still don't know. All that we do know is that it could be down for an extended period of time, and that Cedar Point and Zamperla are taking a look to see what happened. We'll be discussing everything about this, so let's dive in. Top Thrill 2 had been operating well through the first couple weeks of operation. Now, granted, that was like media day and season pass holder preview day, but it was still running reliably and well, with no reports of extended downtime, frequent closures, or anything that seemed to be wrong with the ride. Which is kind of odd because normally before these major closures, there are reports of it being down constantly, being down for extended periods of time, but we had none of that for Top Thrill 2. It was operating perfectly fine, and then it just suddenly closed. Now, obviously this is really bad news for Cedar Point, for you, and for Zamperla. In fact, I made a video about why Top Thrill 2 could make or break Zamperla, so go check it out on your screen right now. And I'll link it down in the description below if you do decide to check it out. But to give you a little recap of what I said in that video, a lot is on the line for Zamperla, and their reputation is very much at stake with this project. If it goes well, their reputation will skyrocket, and will really cement themselves as a very reputable manufacturer. Oh, they can handle a 400-foot roller coaster, they can handle this 150-foot launch coaster perfectly fine. But if Top Thrill 2 does have a lot of issues, and a lot of downtime, and extended closures like we are already seeing, it could severely damage Zamperla's reputation, which is not good for anybody. So it's really important that this potential extended downtime is minimized as much as possible. If they're able to keep it to a couple days, maybe a week, it wouldn't be a super big deal. But this starts becoming a multi-week thing, maybe even lasting like a month, then we might have a serious problem on our hands. But what could even cause this, and why is this even happening? Well, there are 3 likely culprits for this extended closure. And before I get into that, no, I don't think anything like with the structure or anything is wrong, because someone surely would have noticed and we would have heard about it by now. So I'm sure Top Thrill 2 is completely safe still to ride, it's just there's probably something wrong with one of these 3 things. So the first potential culprit for this downtime is the launch and braking systems. So Zamperla hasn't really made a lot of coasters in general. Actually, take that back. They haven't made a lot of major thrill coasters in general. And not a lot of their coasters have featured launches before. So these like major high-tech magnetic launch systems to propel a train 120 miles per hour, it's probably a bit of a new field for Zamperla. And obviously, like the first time you do something, there are going to be a few problems. So there's definitely a good chance that the launch is somehow affecting this coaster. Like maybe it's not launching at the correct speeds. Maybe it keeps triggering errors during testing or during normal operation. There could be a ton of like random little things that could be making this launch a little bit unreliable. And the whole reason that Top Thrill Dragster was unreliable in the first place was the launch. And you know, when you are like propelling a train to 120 miles per hour, there isn't a lot of margin for error. If you launch a train 5 miles per hour too slow, that could be the difference from that train getting over the top hat or getting a rollback. And if they are having problems with the launch, there's a good chance Cedar Fair is just telling Zamperla to just get it out of the way and fix launch and make it operate normally so they don't have to deal with this during the busy summer season. So hopefully if it is the launch, that they're able to just figure it out and get it to operate reliably so we do not get a repeat of Top Thrill Dragster. But it may not be the launch, because our second potential culprit for this potential extended downtime could be the control system. So every single roller coaster is controlled by a computer. It takes info from all the sensors, makes sure the train's launching at correct speeds and everything, and maybe it was just, again, like the launch, maybe throwing some errors, having a few, like, miscalculations, so it was, like, rolling back and testing, or something along those lines. So, again, Cedar Fair might have told Zamperla to just fix it now, before we get into the busy summer months. This one would definitely make sense, and again, like the launch, I'd say this has a decent chance of being the problem, but this third and final potential culprit is probably the most likely of them. I'm a little worried about this one. And that potential culprit might be those brand new lightning trains. So Top Thrill 2 is the first roller coaster to feature these new lightning trains, and they're well-lit, they're super light, but they are still the first of their kind, and first of their kinds often have a few issues. So maybe the welds aren't holding correctly, or they're getting expensive to maintain, or maybe like some coasters early on in their life cycle, they burn through wheels really quickly. It's probably something along those lines. But here's the real problem. Top Thrill 2 could be down for a very long time, because they're not just going to buy new proven trains and put them on the track. No, they've already bought these trains and they want them to work. And if these trains are not working, then Top Thrill 2 cannot operate. Sure, you can work through a problematic launch, Top Thrill Dragster did it for 20 years, but you can't run a roller coaster without trains. And if those trains are really not going to be available for a couple weeks, months, or whatever, Top Thrill 2 could be down for a long time. Longer than we might all expect. And it gets even worse, because they are having to take apart these trains and sort everything out. There's a good chance that I think it's the Department of Agriculture will make them run so many test cycles with those trains to make sure they're working properly. Which could just add on a couple more days to this whole process. Meaning that Top Thrill 2 is down even longer. So what does this mean for you? How much longer is Top Thrill 2 going to be down? Well, if I had to take a guess, I would say it's probably going to be about 2 to 4 weeks before Top Thrill 2 is back up. And fingers crossed, even less. And even if there is a major issue that they really have to address, it shouldn't take longer than a month and a half, maybe even 2 months. But I still really think it's only going to be about 2 to 4 weeks before Top Thrill 2 is finally back open. This is really unfortunate news, and I really hope that Zamperla and Cedar Point are able to sort this all out and get Top Thrill 2 running back again super reliably. And as I said earlier, check out this video if you want to know why Top Thrill 2 being reliable or not could make or break Zamperla. And if you want to stay up to date on all the latest theme park news, including Top Thrill 2, then make sure to subscribe to not miss out on any future updates. And drop a like down below while you're at it. So let's all keep our fingers crossed that this is not an extended closure. And as always, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you all in the next one.